This is something that I get a
Mhm.
lot when
Yeah. Yeah.
speaking with agents and other people. The
Mhm.
income, it's a lot, and a lot of these owners, they don't understand. Like, hey, we need this information.
Absolutely. And
So
he definitely wants to.
With sellers for clients. As I stated, I'm an acquisitions manager, so I'm constantly either following up with clients. I'm constantly either following up with clients. So we have a bunch of leads right here that we need to follow up with. As you can see, it's a lot. Um, it goes on and on and on and on, and I still got a lot of them that I haven't even put in the CRM. So as you can see, this CRM, it definitely helps me be organized and help me get to it. I wanted to create this video today to show you guys what it looks like when making these phone calls. What am I doing? But I want to just show you what it looks like when actively making calls to people, for to sellers, and on this property that I'm thinking about purchasing. I want to ask as many questions. Property. So I had asked ChatGPT a couple questions. As you can see, I had told ChatGPT my favorite question to ask them is why do they think it's been sitting on the market. Um, honestly, I wanted honestly I want to get right to it to show you guys what it looks like to really grind. Um, let's call this individual first. Jump over here sooner than later. It just depends on my schedule. Like I said, I got a bunch of things that I'm constantly on, and I really try to carve out at least an hour to 30 minutes to get these things how much done. Time it takes. I want to try to, excuse me, carve out enough time or deal with on a daily basis. You're actively trying to do things, and you got stuff. This is the guy I think I want to talk to because I think he has two properties listed by him, and I don't know about this one. Like I would be interested in it, but as long as I can operate and do my plan, that I'm cool with that. Remember, my goal is the house hack acquisitions fee for putting this together. So I really don't care. I'm wasting a lot of time. Wasting a lot. You can see that's literally how I think. When I'm wasting time, I want to jump in there. I don't want to. So I'm gonna show you guys what this process looks like, and then we're going to have a simple phone call discussion. I may skip half of this because, again, like I said, this video is going to be long. Um, so I'm making the call. Hey, Daniel. My name is Lamont Ellis. I was calling you about that property on Sherry Lane. I believe I'm pronouncing it correctly. Yes. Yes. So I just wanted to get a better idea of what I'm looking at. I wanted to know about the rents, market growth. Is if there any other opportunities? Basically, I'm just trying to get a picture of this property, the lay of the land. Okay.
I think there might only be like one vacancy at this time, and they're
Okay. Mhm. So, one of the questions I wanted to ask you was, can you tell me how's the crime out there? Okay. 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 So, one of the other things I wanted to ask you about is really, can you tell me, the terms that the owner is looking at? I see that you guys are offering seller finance, so I'm curious about that also. I didn't look at the I didn't look at that. I just gave you a call to be honest with you. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I see the seller financing on here. No problem. And I had a couple more questions if that was fine with you. So the other question I just wanted to ask is how's the property management team, property management in place? What does that look like? Okay. Yes, perfect. Please, thank you. And can you tell me who's paying the utilities? And if so, what utilities? Okay. Okay. It's interesting. Okay. Okay. So that's pretty much all the questions I had for you. I would like I stated, real interested in this property, so I just wanted to give you a call. Can you either give me your email or I can text it to you? I want to get the ball. Um, I don't, sorry about that. No problem. No problem. Thank you so much. So as you can see, guys, that's how you do it. You make a phone call. You make that phone call. You ask the questions that you need to ask. As I was having this conversation, really, I wanted him to. I wanted him to. I didn't want it to be a consistent. Hey, I need this. I need that. I wanted him to talk more about the property. I wanted him to, like I always say, one of my favorite words to say is, "Can you paint me a picture?" Can you tell me what I need to know about the property? I need to know how it looked. I need to know all that. So, as you can see, I have forgot to look at the OM report memoranda, offering memoranda. That's the second thing I'm gonna do. So, see, as you can see, done. Let's work on the property. That was somebody I really wanted to talk to. I was excited to talk to. As you can see, we asked him about the crime. We asked him about a lot of stuff. Really, we wanted to be able to what was going on, the lay of the land things. It's important to write it down because you don't know the conversation. You don't know what happened. Um, the biggest things is deal on you can tell when somebody is serious because the questions they ask is going to tell you. Um, that's going to tell you if they serious. Exactly why I asked them about the crime. He sounded like there wasn't no crime by it, but we need to talk to the police department too. Like I stated in the other video, it's important to talk to them. We need to know, is this a good market we buying it? Like I stated, I know you can't sway me, looking at this as a business. So hey, you move different. I might have to close and come back to it because it's making everything lower. The thorn in the dot. Our strategy is to do seller finance. Let's look at this call. Jump on it. You know what I mean? I jump on it because the more and more you wait and you dallygag, then you ain't gonna get the information all day night. But if you don't make the call, you don't know what they're willing to offer. That's exactly why I was, hey, what's the seller finance term? The seller looking at. So as you can see, I like this because it shows you this a different this is an individual that does not do real estate as much. You can tell they didn't take their time to get it glossy and they didn't try to throw it. It's like they threw it together. This is these numbers. They call it fluffed. These numbers have been fluffed. When a number has been fluffed, a lot of the Yes, man, let me put my headphones on because a lot of things happen. Like I said, life is lifing. As you can see, I was turning ways. I hope the part, but turning the screen sideways to really see the numbers is a profit and loss statement. Well, sorry, not a profit and loss statement. They call it a T12 out of these properties, and I'm gonna be honest with you. This is from experience. I'm not speaking in a way of, hey, I don't know what I'm talking about. No, I know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm in the rooms with these individuals, which is why I'm making these phone calls, which is why how I'm doing all this stuff. And this is the biggest thing. The investors that are buying a lot of these complaints to bank statements. Remember, you are buying a property, so you want to clarify, you want to be for sure that everything adds up. And when looking at these statements, so looking at the first part, it's fluff. All this might be slightly different. It might what you see right here, it may not be the same. You know, when you in those meetings, that's one of the things they talk about is the OM report is different. It's not the same. These and this one right here, speaking to this owner, this is a brand new built property. I know this video gonna be long, but this is a brand new built property. They don't have a profit and loss statement. They don't have rent rolls. The last time I looked at this property and spoke to the owner, I mean the agent, they were just putting tenants into the actual units. They had, I believe, two filled at the time. I'm not for sure. It's either two or three. I gotta look in my notes down As you there. Can see, this property, they didn't have the profit and loss statement. They didn't have anything. So when they don't have nothing, you ask them for a projected income report, a form of that's explaining, hey, what they think you might be able to get. You get that information from the existing property manager, the agent, whoever that can help you get that information. This is how I was taught to look at it. So let's get back to this one. This one, as you can see, they really don't have things together. They're all not offering seller finance. This property may be a dud based off of not offering seller finance. Even if they're not offering it, hey, you call and say, hey, I ain't look, are you guys offering seller finance on this property? They may want you to buy it. They may want you to buy it in cash. So if you got to buy it in cash, we need to get it cheaper. I'm a wholesaler at first. I'm a wholesaler first and an investor second. So one of the things I look at, if we can get it for a good deal, I could flip it. If me purchasing this property in cash, that means I would have to go get a loan. Ain't nothing wrong with getting a loan. I'm actually working on the process right now. Um, what I look at it and say is if you can skip this process, if you can skip getting a loan process, why wouldn't you do it? You know, I'm proving proof that you do not have to follow the line. While I'm getting a loan, while I'm getting approved to get a FHA loan, um, so when you going through these processes, it's always good to have backing from yourself. That's what talking to a lot of my mentors and talking to a lot of people that are in higher positions than me. One of the things they always say is you don't want to just depend on seller finance because you're actively looking for people that's willing to do that, and that's true. You got your own funding, you can make your own move. The biggest thing with this property right here, they don't have they shit together. When I look at this O&M report, they ain't got their shit together. Y'all seen the difference. Y'all seen the difference between this one and the other. How many days? And like I said, those who know me, the first thing I pay attention to is days on market. We're about to start calling some people in a little bit, but I wanted to get these done. Look, the days on market. So if you look at the days on market, it's 357 days. 67 days. And that could be just for the actual. It's challenging to determine 49 to 80, 83 days. Okay, so cool. You this is something I was always told by multiple investors, by more than one. Oh my God, this is one thing that they always say. If it's a deal, it's not going to last on the internet. If it's a deal, the moment it's posted, it is gone. That's what I was always told. If it's a deal, it don't last that long. I want to teach you something. This for a cash offer. This may not be a deal. We ain't looked at the finances, but as I said, I'm looking for sellers. It don't hurt to ask. Let's give him a call, man. Let's give him a call. We wasting time. So y'all know I'm serious about making this call. I want to show you. This is Lamont Ellis. I was calling about this property on Clarksville, Tennessee, 37043 zip code. I wanted to speak to you about that property. I had a couple questions. Whenever you get a chance, please give me a call back. I would love to speak to you more about that. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye. So as you can see, we left a smooth voicemail. I'm gonna jot that down real quick. So I want you to understand when you making these phone calls and you calling these people that these ain't they day-to-day jobs. Some people are doing this as a hustle, so they may not be hustling. You hustling. This is why a lot of deals get slowed or get bogged down. You're dealing with all type of stuff. But we need to get a clear picture of the property. We need to know what's the story here. What is the storyline? What are we trying? What are we trying to know? What are they trying to tell us? This is another property. After I make this call, I might jump over here. As long as I'm able to do what I want, my goal is to house hack, get a check for structuring the deal, and acquire equity partner. Simple. What do you say? Don't what do you say? Super simple. Don't overthink it. So what I want that. Okay, so how can we structure that? Like I said, we're talking to people that either is offering owner finance or may not be offering owner finance. So to me, I'm only targeting owner finance. Obviously, when I have that conversation with them. So anywhere from 88 to 65 days. That's one property that's not a portfolio. But I don't know until we had it. We won't. Probably should have left that open. But let's look at the description because I believe there were offers. Mhm. And I know y'all see that price. I don't look at the price. I don't look at the price because I know it's possible. Like I said, I'm around people that's touching millions of dollars. I don't look at the price. To me, the price is cool. The price. Hold on, hold on. I'll be back.
Hey everybody, I'm back. But like I was saying, I don't look at the price. I don't look at the price because what I know. Like I said, being in these rooms with when you around people that's touching millions of dollars, don't get me wrong, the price is important. It's important to know. I'm not saying I don't know. I don't look at the price because I know we can locate equity partners. We can get people. And you are talking about being a syndicator at this time. So since this is a large property, the first thing I could do, I could walk you through the process quickly. I'm on point. So the first thing I did, which I showed you in the last video, I found a bunch of syndicators. Okay, cool. We got their numbers. So we tell them it's a okay. So we tell them about the deal. We structure it to where they we structure to where some of them are GPs and some of them may be LPs, depending on the position that they want to be in. Cool. Okay. Now I'm learning exactly how to form and how to put a deal together, what to ask for, what to get, how much. Excuse me. How much information do I need to gather? I need to clarify this. Who do I need to talk to? Basically, I'm walking through the process. Like I said, I'm doing so many things at once. As long as I'm able to live in a property, bro, I don't care. As long as it get done. That's how I look at it. What we need to do to get it done. All right. I don't want to waste no time. I want to get right to it. Um, let's speak to this agent. There's two. Some people they may not know what to do, how to do it, what hoops to jump through, when jumping through these hoops, how to feel. I could talk you through the process and guide you. Um, when getting stuff under contract, where to go next, who to ask for help. Because I want you to understand something. So you can have multiple mentors. You can have multiple people, multiple colleagues that's in the business, that's in different spaces. They're mastering that thing. For me, what I've became a master at is mastering the things I actually want to do. That's what I figured out about me. Day trading. I get better with day trading. I'm gonna post those videos soon. Um, so many other things. Business, real estate stuff. Being an appraiser. I like being an appraiser. I like training as an appraiser. It's real interesting. So yeah, like being an acquisition manager. That's another one. I love being that. It gives me the blueprint. It puts me it puts me in the belly of the beast, but doesn't give me a heel position, um, a powerful position. What I mean by a powerful decision, you have the ability to leverage your knowledge and your time to 10x your ability. To me being a real estate appraiser and an acquisition manager, as you see, I'm actively working on deals. Being an appraiser, I get to see the deals before they even surface. Let's get to it. Let's give these people a call. We need to speak to them. We need to see what's going on. They gotta have a report to keep up with all this information. Um, Shelby. So y'all know. Hey, my name is Lamont Ellis. I was calling about that portfolio sale on Shelby. Yeah, I'm doing well. I wanted to see, and I know that this is a lot of property, so you won't be able to tell me every single property, but do you have a report of everything as far as repairs? Basically, I'm trying to figure out if this is worth my time. So I'm trying to get everything I need to know before I decide to purchase it. Does that make sense? everything. If you can provide everything, because again, we're looking at a portfolio of properties. So I just don't want to name one single popular. I want to see if we can get a report on everything. So I can determine. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, I thought so. Yeah. So yeah, I would definitely love that report. Do you receive text messages from this number? Okay, I'm going to send you my contact information. And thank you so much. I have one more question. I hate to bother you, but do you have an idea why this hasn't sold yet? Exactly. Exactly. I got you. He's looking for somebody serious. You found the right person. I'm serious. If we can get a deal that works, um, we gonna make sure everything is taken care of. I just have to make sure. So my yes. So I'm initially looking for something. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm being selfish. I'm looking for something that I can house hack, but at the same time bring equity partners in so I can basically leverage their initial funds to put this deal together. Kind of like a syndication. So that's why I said don't worry about the money because we gonna get it. If it's a good deal, I know it'll get sold, but it has to be structured to where it's beneficial. You understand? Yeah. So yeah. So as you can tell, that phone call went well. I blew the socks off of him. I came in there with a plan. He liked my plan. He felt confident in my plan. This is how you get things done. I am the individual where I'm not telling you, hey, I'm owning this property 100% myself. No, no. I learned that with wholesaling. We ain't gonna lie. We gonna tell the truth. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to pull this off, but at the same time, I'm about to bring equity partners in, so I'm not paying for this. As long as I can live, as long as I can house hack a property, I really don't care. But at the same time, to get the equity partners right, we got to structure it to where it's beneficial. So speaking to this owner, this agent, and speaking to the agent, what the owner told me, the owner he's not looking to sell. I mean, sorry, let's back up. My fault. He's not motivated to sell, so this won't be a deal that we would structure to, excuse me, structure as a super discount. We would have to structure something lucrative to the seller. The seller is a flipper himself. The seller flips a lot of properties. He buys a lot of properties. How I look at it, see, this is why I don't look at the money aspect. I look at the individual, the person that was able to acquire all these properties. He knows somebody in his circle. They got money, but ain't nobody really sat there and said, okay, I need to talk to Joe. I need to talk to Jeff. I need to talk to Marcus. I need to talk to Emily. Ain't nobody doing that. Ain't nobody, hey, I got this. What can we do with this? Ain't nobody doing that. That's what going to that 8 week boot camp taught me at Monria. Like a lot like this is possible. It's possible. It's possible. I've seen it done. I've talked to people that are actively doing it. It's done. Don't worry about the price. As long as I get what I want, I don't care. I'm bringing in equity partners. So he sent a OM report, but he didn't post it there. The OM report that he had, is labeled as good, bad, or medium properties. He said it's a lot of good properties that's in there. Um, he said that they had the rent rolls in there. Um, I asked him the question that I asked him when I was like, "Hey, do y'all have a report of the repairs, condition, all that, yada yada yada?" Because like I had said, and you heard me, I don't expect you to know every. I don't expect you to have that, but that's why I was asking, do y'all have some type of report? If the number makes sense, we can get it. That see, I don't focus on how much it costs because I understand the game. I understand the money game. When you understand the money game, you're not focused on it like that. To get this 23 million, the cash flow got to be producing. I talk to experts, people that's in the game, syndicators. Hey, we need to talk. Can you got a couple minutes to spare? I'll pay you $100 to get this meeting. I'm hungry. What we need to do? You got a call. You can go on a coffee meeting. I don't care. Hey, you're not in the same city. Hey, we need to talk. But yeah, with this property, the homeowner, he was strategic enough to code it in a way that he'll understand. We all understand good, bad, and medium properties. Like I said, I'm really just trying to house hack. Um, on a property like this, we can chop that. We can chop the that 100% equity up. We can find several different people to come up with this. Also, my bad. I forgot to tell y'all this, and this is why I want to add y'all in on the phone call. But at the same time, I ain't getting permission to do it, and at the same time, you hear that echo in the ground and the echo in the background. I like to just have it, Um, but they said if serious, they're willing to do seller finance. We got what we wanted. I forgot to tell y'all that. Let me write this down real quick. While I'm sitting here telling y'all this, I need to be writing this down. Let's work on this. So this right here is grunt work. This right here is grunt work. But what you seen me doing, that was grunt work, but that was work that you asked motivation. So what I look at when going through this, I look at the last time we spoke. We spoke 0327. That's not that long ago. Um, that was like a week. What was the last thing that was said? Okay, so he said it's sold. Called no answer. Let's follow up with them. So or my magic trick. When I be talking on the phone, um, I try to be in the conversation. I try to be on point. This is chestnut checkers. I like to say that because you got some people that like to hold, and then you got some people that they don't mind giving you the information because this is how they make money. As you can tell by the tone of that conversation, that agent he knew I was serious. How how I was saying things. The first thing he said was, "What's your plan?" He said, "I like your plan. I like that." Like I said, I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't care. I'm trying to house hack. The rest of the stuff, like the rest for me, they swing low. I swing big. First thing, 862 days. Why is it still sitting there? that means something went wrong. The owner, it could be the owner, the seller. I mean, sorry, the owner or the property. This property can be in bad, poor condition. So many things that could be going on with this property. Let's get rid of the Zillow because I don't need it. It's making everything slower. That's for the OPM strategies in the video. I'm getting ready to do it. I make a video about this when you actively doing stuff. And like I said, when you got your when you get in it pay off. That's what your email jumping. Get that email jumping. You know, that email went up. That email, that mean you got money coming. You got agents hitting you back. Yeah, you got all type of stuff. Get that jumping. Mark that. So this property, it looks like it needs some work. I don't know if it's still sitting like that. 60 divided by 2, that's 1200. It's to give you a specific number because I might call on a good day 50, 60, on a tired day or a slow day, 10, 15, 20. It just depends on how busy I am. What other things I gotta do? As you can see right now, we delegating a lot of time to these calls. I think we might be working on this maybe for another hour or two. It just depends on what we have to do. I do know I got to study for my test. So I try to delegate a lot of time to getting. This is the grunt work when you hand call, and I want to show you as an acquisition manager getting on the phone. You have an option to hand call these people, hand SMS these people, or use dialers. I use dialers also a lot. The difference between dialers and calling, you're actively speaking to somebody. Dialing, I mean, using a dialer, I mean, sorry, a SMS dialer, it's robotic. You can get things done quickly, fast, but not correctly sometimes because certain messages, they they get lost in the translation. When you on the phone, it's a lot different because you can hear if they frustrated, you can hear if they in a good mood, you can actually probably hear the album. um I like to play a lot of tricks and games. Let's games put this up. It's important to know, and as you can see, look at those views. 0.82 views, that's very low. I like to pull this up to see what we're dealing with, what we're working with. So there's no mortgage. This call. So y'all know your boy making the call. I'm gonna unplug it again, but I'm gonna put it back on the headphones. I like the headphones. They make me feel cool, casual, collect. Hey, my name is Lamont Ellis. I was calling about this property. I seen it listed on sale, and I wanted to talk to you. 9873. I would love to speak to you about this property. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye. Yes, as you can tell, I forgot my phone number. It's all good. Players mess up all the time. Like for me, you gotta every chance is an opportunity. You keep calling back. Let me put this down real quick. Let me put this down because as I was I was typing it in as I was speaking to him, and it threw me off. I ain't gonna lie, 'cause it threw me off. So this is wholesaling in a nutshell, or even being an acquisition manager. Um, you following up with people. Putting this on the dial system, it's a lot easier. I'm gonna cut this video soon so we can make another one. Like I said, this either may be a long video or it may be a part or a series. I'm not for sure exactly what I want to call it. Um, but I want to show you guys what it looks like grinding. This was my data experience, man. There, yeah, that's what I was talking about. So if you look how many times this has been listed. It said it was just listed 3 days ago. So I mean 4 days ago. So some agents understand. They understand the game. They on point too. And the game is people. A lot of people ain't looking at the history, the price history. When you look at the price history, it's been listed for a long time. It's been listed, not listed, listed but not listed. So as you can see, they purchased it. They purchased it for 183 300. Now they tried to sell it for 875. So right here, I'm gonna already tell you what I think the problem is. Tell you is, and let me tell you, I believe they think the problem is. So for me, when I look at this, it's not. I don't think it's a market for them to sell in. They like I would need to go deeper with this property, looking at the comparable sales. Um, Looking at is there any traffic in that area? What is the market saying? Is it a buyer's market or a seller's market? Right now we're actively looking for deals as an acquisitions manager and a wholesaler. So price cut that showed me price cut already. Second thing I want to look at the description. The description is going to tell you what you're looking at. I don't see no seller financing, so that means I have to give them a cash offer or talk them into taking a seller finance offer. The good thing is they're getting some views. So um, somebody is probably communicating with them. This conversation could go good or bad based off of the long based off of how long this property has been listed. It could be either or. Um, the first thing I want to do, so we know it ain't seller finance. It's been listed for a long time. Um, what I'm going to do is this right here. I'm gonna collect that number and I'm gonna get them a call. Oh, the number not even right there. So if the number's not right there, this is something you have to do. I don't click that button. See, there you go. Because really not supposed to go off the Zestimate because that's how much Zillow saying your house is a auto bot that's calculating comparable sales, but not the right comparable sales. So how an appraiser um, calculates comparable sales is different from a wholesaler or an acquisition manager. I say that because the same thing with Zillow, their comparable sales is different. So you have to understand they're getting 138 views per day. That's low. So if they're looking for cash, I would be coming in at I'm doing the math right here on my calculator. Give me a second. As I said, we will be making some calls. I'm feeling good today. Um, Honestly, we've been on the road. We've been on the go, hitting these phone calls, and I want to keep making them. I just want to show y'all, give y'all the inside of when I really want to talk to a person, an owner or an agent on one of these properties. So as you can see, no lease, rent to own, or owner finance. He is an individual that is requiring cash. We may, and see, this is why I say getting your finances is on point because we may be able to. to leverage those institutions to purchase this. Um, so with this particular property, will be a wholesale property, or see if we could find an individual and lend on the funds to purchase this property, and own it out while I rent it out. Like I said, there's different ways to skin this cat. We'll be pitching a wholesale offer on this person just because he's not interested. But to be fair, it's been listed for a very long time. So just let's pick his head. Let's see if we can get something going. Um, for me, the first thing I do, I try not to be scared to dive in there. Like you got to get comfortable hearing no. Some people ain't comfortable hearing no. We make the phone calls. Watch this. Watch how I approach this. Gotta approach it like a boss, man. I want to show y'all. I'm making the phone call. You gotta approach it. Didn't answer. Cool. Hey, my name is Lamont Ellis. I ain't want to waste your time. I wanted to get right to the point. Is the description still the same? If still the same, what is a okay price that's comfortable for you and comfortable for me? Just trying to see if we got any movement there on that price. If you're serious and we come to an agreement, I'm definitely serious. Proof of funds, all that will be presented to you. Thank you so much. Please give me a call back at this number, 612-424-9873. So as you can see with that one, we was right to, he gonna give me a call to point. We was right to point. I didn't know you could set follow-ups. That's cool. I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm still new, learning this. Let's do this. Start today, and we want to follow up. That's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. That's cool. I may need to go back and set a timer for those other ones. Like I said, I try to be organized. I really do. It's just difficult to be organized when you constantly making moves. What's that? One, two. Yeah, we didn't get him a call. Um, okay, so he said it'd be sold. We need to achieve this. So this is the next one. I'll be back, y'all. I gotta pee real quick. I might cut that out. remember this property. There was a lot going on with this property. I was looking at and this is important to put use your CRM. I remember this property because it was a gorgeous property, but the owner didn't know about commercial world. She didn't know about seller financing. So speaking to individuals that don't know nothing about nothing, it's difficult to get them to think in a creative way. Um, it's difficult. With this property, she gave us the income from the property. She gave us. I don't even want to say a profit and loss because she didn't give it. So the issue with this property was she gave us the income part, the rent rolls, but it excluded the expenses. There was no expenses. So it was like we can't do nothing with this because we don't know how much the expenses was. When I sent this to my mentor, because a lot of the big decisions I make when it has something to do with big properties, commercial properties, million dollar properties, I bring somebody in to make sure I'm doing it correctly. I'm very good at outsourcing people. Somebody called me. We'll give them a call in a little bit because I'm getting ready to make this call. Um, there we go. This is a spam. So if it's a spam, we ain't gonna worry about it. Alright. So this agent, they gave us the income but no expenses, and they were willing to do seller finance. The problem with this property was it was rural, and it wasn't in a good area. With a commercial property, you wanted to be in a good area. The good thing is they were willing to do seller finance. Remember what I told you? You can turn a a property that's not a deal into a deal depending on how you get it. The agent stated that the seller was able to um, defer loan payments for a year or two, or something like that, and defer it for a year or two, or it was something in that ballpark. Or defer it for a year or two, and then after the second year, only charge principal, or it was something like that, where the agent didn't understand that to make this work we needed expenses also, and we needed a couple pieces of other information. I don't remember, but let's make this call so y'all could see your boy making the calls. I'm talking to him. We making moves so you can know, so you know. We got the office place. This ain't the actual person number. That may be a problem. I need to speak to the person. My name is Lamont Ellis. I was speaking to, I don't know if it was a listing agent, but somebody about this property, and I wanted to follow up on it. Lam- Lamont Ellis, LamontEllis. W5709 Fox Hill Road. Yep. This was a property I spoke to. Again, I'm calling about the listing agent. I spoke to the agent a while back. I'm an acquisition manager, but I'm not looking for any subscriptions, anything right there. I'm just trying to speak to the listing agent. Yes. Can you tell her, let her know that Lamont Ellis called about that property? You can give him a call at 612-42 49873. No, ma'am. Thank you so much. All right, bye. So, let me walk you through what happened. So, you speak when it's an office, when it's a large corporation. Like I said, when you call these numbers right here, you're speaking to. Um, if you're in the real estate world, you know what I'm trying to explain. But you're speaking to the actual database. You're speaking to their this. Um, Again, I spoke to this. This was the woman I spoke to. I spoke to her. I've spoke to her for a good minute. I've been following up with this property for a while. That's why I said let her know Lamont Ellis called. Provide her that number. Hey, give me a call back at this number. I can message her on the dialer, but I don't remember if I have her phone number saved. See, the only reason why I remember her is because she's been following up with me consistently for the last couple of months, making sure, hey, I'm still working on it. Um, Asking me, hey, is there any way we could, you know, figure it out? And that's what I was trying to do. Um, so yeah, let's leave a note. Um, and we're gonna take this number right here, just in case we can always follow up with them. Again, like I said, I'm not trying to get sold on anything. Oh, let me explain that. So, a lot of these corporations, like I was stating earlier, they try to sell you on a prescription base. Everybody making money. Just know that everybody making money. So, their prescription base is they have their own form of you would call it hot properties that a lot of investors, depending on what strategy you use, and it may be good. Um, that prescription every one of them is a little different, but it's pricey. I look at those as ways to level yourself up because if you buy one, you getting access to properties constantly. But this is the one. This is the advice I would tell people when you are looking through that, make sure you read the fine print. Make sure you read the fine print because the one I looked at, I came across maybe two or three. But the one I really looked at, like I was close to pulling the trigger, um, getting a prescription, all that. They wanted basically I couldn't wholesale the properties. I had a certain time length, and those in real estate know exactly what I'm talking about. I had a certain time length to own that property. It was like, yeah, you have to own it for like 90 days or something like that, and then they have the first right of refusal. If you choose to sell it after the 90 days, you have to allow them to buy it back. And for me, that I was only focused on wholesaling at the time, so that kind of it messed up exactly what I'm trying to do. So every single time they tell me one, at this current moment, I'm not really looking for it. But once I want to invest in myself some more, yeah, let's talk about it. That's how I look at it. A lot of situations like that. We need to add the date in there. We need to add the date. forward. I'm gonna write follow up and see that this is exactly why that follow up is important. Wanna so we want to end on this day. We want to start on this day. There you go. Warm leads. There we go. All right. So only wanted too much control. Oh, we spoke to them. We spoke to them. Yeah, I ain't even gonna mess with them. Yeah. There's some people that speaking to them is ignorant because they think they have the control. I always say when I speak to a lot of people that think like that, I remind them that I'm playing chess. My goal is to follow up with you in a year, 2 years, 3 years. For when you have a bad problem and you need to sell, you're gonna have to call me because you gotta sell your property immediately. That's what a lot of wholesalers, a lot of acquisition managers. That's what we're I don't want to say preying on, but leaning on. A lot of the acquisition managers they're leaning on the wholesalers hustling. So you see what I'm saying? Like this person right here, we gon' this is what we gonna do. Well, we ain't gonna get them the standard. We gonna start right. Nope. What's today? Today is the 8th. Started on the 8th. Um, and this is what we gonna do. So let me teach y'all something. When I deal with ignorant people like this is how I approach it. So this was the last time we spoke to them. Last time we spoke to them on the 6th actually. Um, that was the 27th of last month. So one, that's one. Let's say that's one. That's similar to a 4 month. All right, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 10 months. And and I wanna let y'all know it varies person by person. For me, sometimes it's 3 weeks, sometimes it's 10 months, sometimes it's 6 months, sometimes it's 12 years. It just depends on the level of that motivation of that person. This person, I'm gonna be honest with you. I definitely told them the truth. I'm not looking at this in that as an emotional way. The issue with these individuals, they was constantly trying to pick a fight with me. For me, they got upset about the price. They wanted too much control of everything. I gave them more than what I should have, especially as a wholesale deal or an acquisition. But there, a lot of these homeowners, they're looking for individuals that's willing to cash them out fully. No seller finance. Somebody that's willing to go get a loan. Why do I always why do I preach seller financing so much? Because a lot of people either can't go through the qualification stage, either a lot of people don't know the qualification stage, or some people that are in my position, that's brand new to the qualification stage and you know about it, you actively put doing yourself, you actively putting yourself through the qualification stage. You're getting your credit perfect. You're getting this large amount of money up as a down payment. You're doing everything that a bank would want. You're showing the actual proof. So a lot of people that are in my position that's doing it, but hey, we need we need power now. We need to be able to purchase it now. I'm making boss moves. I'm not looking at this as a way of just to reside. I'm looking at this as an investment. So I want to move on it quick, especially with OPM. You don't need strategy. You don't need more money. So a lot of people say, hey, you could use OPM with that. Very true. Very true. You might be right. But my thing is, if it's been sitting there, why do we think it's been sitting there? Yes, part of that has to do with the owner, but we need to know: is this property still in the best? Is this property in the best report that it can be in? You have to understand. We may be losing money. We don't know. We don't know until we actually speak with the owner, come out, iron a plan out, really figure out how to make it work. We don't know. So as you can see, 10 months. So we gonna be following up with them for a while. Like I said, I'm playing chess, not checkers. I tell a lot of people that some people get irritated when I say that, but I say that because I want to let people know. I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm thinking ahead of what you're thinking about, and I care about what you're saying. But if I'm the only person that's trying to work with you on your problem, and everybody else saying take it or leave it, take it or leave it, take it or leave it, you're going to have to work with me. Yeah, that nobody else will give you what you want, but I will. That's what separates me from everybody else. A lot of people don't know how to look at the full map without only focusing on one specific thing. See, the more I educate myself, the more I know how to do different strategies. The more I know how to do different strategies, the more people I can put in those positions to make sure I do them correctly. All right, guys. We're getting close to our shut off time of calling people because I have other things to do. Um, Also, well, yeah, this would be a good one for another time. Another time. Yeah, I like that property owner. But as you can see, we were getting things done today. We were hustling and bustling. That's one, two, three, four, five, and then the people I spoke to earlier with the commercial property. Um, so as you can see, we was hustling today. We was working hard. Making a couple phone calls. When I do the dial system, what I told you earlier, using the dial system, you can get calls done faster. We're talking about 50 in a day. I mean, sorry, yeah, 50 in a day, 100 in a day, 200 in a day. The problem when using a dial system, you have to have systems implemented in that dial system. Perfect example: the people that contacted you, you want to respond to them immediately. Common sense. The people that didn't follow up with you, you need to follow up with those people through either through text, a combination of calling. Um, it, you need to get in touch with these people, send letters, whatever you need to do. So the people that you followed up with and you got contacts, you got them under contract. Cool. You need to be making sure the people that have them under contract is assisting you while you're constantly collecting other properties to put on the contract. That's why I love using my partner Rich. His position, how he has people, your acquisition managers, where his team his team would do the grunt work. His team would take the grunt work. All we need to do is get it under contract and take it from plan A to B to C to D to F. We need to take it and keep going. So this is why I like this. Really simple. To the get today, guys. You seen me hitting the phones. You seen me grinding. You heard me. We had some good ones. We had some bad ones. We had ones that we needed to follow up with. We have people that didn't answer. We had all type of stuff going on. Today, I want to say today, tomorrow, the day before, the day after that, next month, next year, 2 years from now, a decade from now, 3 decades from now, you will always be in a good state. You will always be in a improving state. I want to say that. I want to speak that upon a lot of people. Um, Doing the unthinkable or doing the impossible. And I want a t-shirt. I really want a t-shirt that says the impossible. Doing the impossible. It's a way to get things done quickly. Um, all right, guys, I ain't gonna hold you too long. I got other things I gotta do. So, I wanted to finish that. We'll do a recap of that video. We had some individuals that messaged me as I was doing the videos. So that's a good thing. That's always a good thing. But we like to get things done immediately. We on the. This is one of the cons. It's difficult. What your day looks like, what your schedule looks like. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. This individual right here. I don't know if we have his numbers. He just messaged me, and as you can see, I need to see if I called him today. 698, because that'll let me know. Somebody right there. Oh, let's answer that.
Hi, is
Hey,
this
hello.
Lamont? Hi, Lamont. This
Yes,
is
it is. How
Celia
can I help
Risa
you?
Redfin. How are you? Good,
I'm
good,
doing
good. I
good.
have to apologize for not getting back with you. The seller has been sick and he's been busy, and I've asked him to get the numbers together so that he could show you the P&Ls. And he got booked up because he actually runs the property as a Airbnb, and he's been super busy. He's like
Yep.
he has every he's had every opportunity to get the information, but he's just been busy. So my question would
Yep.
be is if
Yep.
you would just want to write the offer and see what he says, in terms of what your offer looks like. He did say that if you wanted the uh, seller's financing, then he would definitely like half down, or 1.1, no, 1.1 mil down, and
Yep.
um he would finance the rest for a year to 2 years.
The 2 years to 3 years is the only
Okay.
flawed about this whole thing.
Yeah. Well,
We
he said
need
that.
more time, because you got to understand, we
Absolutely.
are looking at this as a business. We
Absolutely.
won't be doing it ourselves. So we have to be able to it has to make
Absolutely.
sense. The numbers has to make
Mhm.
sense. The property management, all that. So if it makes sense, we're willing to give him what he's asking. Is just it
Okay.
has to make sense. The time
Okay.
frame is cutting
That's
it
one
too
thing I can run
close.
by him because he's willing to negotiate. I'm trying to get his focus off and I
Hmm.
get it because it is a busy time for him. And now, we've had um, spring breaks and he has weddings and everything coming up. He just wants to ensure that you all know that this business is profitable. And in the event that, he sells during the course
Hmm.
of this season that he has, is that the monies will transfer over to the new owners. So, and I get that part. I definitely get that part. But I
Okay.
definitely been trying to assist in him ensure that he has the P&Ls available to whoever wants to see it, and he has just slowed down enough to get me the numbers or get the numbers together so that I can present them to them. But he is willing. Yeah, he is willing
Yes.
to negotiate in terms of that,
Yes,
in
I
terms of
understand.
the time frame. Yeah, yeah, he's willing to negotiate. He said he'll look at
Okay,
anything.
that's good.
So I will run past him again because I have it on my calendar to reach out to him today because I did have someone else that reached out as well. And the biggest thing is that
Okay.
he will not leave his name on the mortgage. He said he just want a clean cut. If you're buying it, you're buying it. And I, yep, and I,
Yep.
yep,
Yep.
yep.
Understand.
So I
It's a
definitely
commercial
understand on
property.
that note. But other than that, I will definitely let him know that, hey, look, um, if you're looking to sell this as the business, then we have to show that it's profitable, or whatever it's doing, it's just show them the
Exactly.
numbers, So I will probably have to actually go
Exactly.
over and do it myself, or if because he's working between Wisconsin and Illinois right now. So hopefully I can get him
Okay.
to at least send me some numbers so that we can get them on a spreadsheet and get them over to you guys. But yeah, yeah,
Yes, I understand. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you for following up with me. This is something that I get
Mhm.
a lot when
Yeah, yeah.
speaking with agents and other people. The
Mhm.
income, it's a lot, and a lot of these owners they don't understand. Like, hey, we need this information.
Absolutely. And
So
he definitely wants to
I
sell it,
get
but
it.
like I was telling him, look, let me say this is that when you have buyers on for a number as such, you have to pay attention. You don't want to lose that buyer because there are only going to be so
Yes.
many buyers to come and want to even look at the property, and let alone buy it, you know.
Yes. Yes.
You had left on this voicemail.
Yes, 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 yes. I'm sorry that that's connected to my
Okay,
CRM, and this is my actual work number
okay,
that I
okay,
call a lot of people I follow up with.
okay.
I call them back on this number. Is I can communicate effective
One
with them
two four
instead of
two four
texting.
nine eight seven three is okay to call you at. Okay, let me get him on the phone and
Yes,
let me see what I can do as far as getting getting started on this P&L because like I told him it's only going to take a few hours to get the numbers together if you have them. Um, and that's it.
yeah,
But he's very meticulous and he's
yes,
very slow. He is very slow. He is. He's very meticulous and he's very slow and he's excited that now the business has picked up and he's like, well, I just want to make sure that they have the exact numbers and I get that part, but your numbers are available to you. Just give them to me so I can put them on a spreadsheet, and then that way they can see if the business is operating at
exactly,
a loss or if it's operating at a profit, and then they know how to work it from there. You know. So let me do that,
exactly.
and then I will give you a call back today. Okay, and at least that way we'll have some kind
Okay,
of direction.
okay.
But no, I
Thank you
have
so
not
much.
forgotten. And I was like, you know what? It's been a minute. Let me just following up with everybody because I do have another person that said that they were interested
Yeah.
too. And I'm like, okay, I have to sit down with them and get these numbers together. I have to help him get these numbers together. But at any
Yes.
rate, let me
Yes.
give you a call back and let me call him right now and see if I can get something out of him today and help him get these together. And at least that way he doesn't have to worry about trying to do it himself. At least I'll have the true numbers. Okay, thanks, Lamont. Thank you so
Yep.
much for reaching
Alrighty.
out
Sounds like
again.
a plan.
Okay, you too. Bye bye.
Yep. No problem. Have a nice day. So as you can see, guys, I don't know if you heard that. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it, but that was a very good phone call. That phone call was good. Like I said, I've been following up with that woman for a long time. Actually, let me put that in here. You can tell this this owner. I mean, sorry, this owner. Sorry about that. This agent is trying to do the best that she can to put this deal together. And this is why I say I love agents because uh, agents are in the belly of the beast. The biggest with agents and wholesalers and acquisition managers, we don't know how we can help each other, and we don't know how to basically communicate effectively what we need and what you need. In simple terms, the seller wants to sell, and on simple terms, on my side, the buyer wants to buy. But for the buyer to buy, it has to be a deal. It has to make sense. That's why I told you about the equity partner. He said the first thing he said was, "Show me the numbers." He, uh, if it makes sense, we're willing to pay for that. It just has to make sense. And 9 out of 10, it don't make sense to people, which is why it still sits there. How I plan on making this make sense is by reducing that mortgage payment. If I can reduce that mortgage payment to where it's bearable, um, like I said, the goal is to make sure the investor doesn't waste money at all. My goal is to reduce that monthly payment. That's my real goal. If we can reduce the monthly payment, that would be good. Whatever the mortgage is right now, he's already willing to waive the the interest and all that. He's willing to sorry, he's willing to defer the property for a while. Let's put this in real quick, so I can move on to the next thing. Um, as you can see, I was supposed to be doing data entry for the CRM, and somebody happens. Like, that's why I said it's a busy day. You got a lot of things that happen during the day, so you constantly got to be move, and you got to be like my job. How my job is if as long as I'm hitting the phones, I'm making phone calls, I got my phone number jumping, and I got that email jumping, you're gonna be good. What I mean by jumping, you got traffic. You got traffic hitting your phone number and email. Now I'm not talking about no spams. I'm not talking about no serious people that want to sell or buy. That's what I'm talking about. When you get that phone jumping, oh, you in a whole different bracket. 698. We need to see, did we call that number today? Cause I don't think we did, but just to be sure. Yeah, we didn't. Oh, maybe we did. 698 1340. So we did call them. We need to see what number that was. Yep, we did call them. What time? What time did we call these people? 10 o'clock. It's getting stuffy here. I'm about to turn on the air. Bear with me real quick. Yes, I'm back. It's like I was saying, as long as you got that phone jumping, you gonna be good. You gotta get that phone jumping. Get that phone jumping. What I mean by jumping, you got people calling you back. You got people trying to buy. You got people trying to sell. And then this guy, this 4288.